Welcome to the very first Minno-ette podcast. My name is Emily Manning and I manage the Friedenberg Minno-ette, a sporting goods store and bait shop located about 20 miles north of Duluth, Minnesota. I'll be doing this podcast with my father, one of the new owners of the store.
Hi, I'm her father, one of the new owners of the store. My name is Jason Manning, along with my wife Brianna. We are indeed the new owners of the Minno-ette, have been since December 4th of 2020.
From Friedenberg, Minnesota, the Minno-ette Podcast.
The Friedenberg Minno-ette specializes in providing sporting goods and bait to our customers. However, our store offers a lot more than just that. We are a mini grocery store, a gas station, a propane filling establishment, township fire warden, and a DNR licensed distributor, among many other things. And while we're located in an area that has a population of just under 1,500 citizens, people from all over the nation stop and shop at our business while on their way to enjoy Minnesota's remarkable and vivacious outdoors. We will be discussing the fishing reports, new combination license regulations, the current open seasons, the bathroom construction, and the minnow tank installation.
And I think folks could probably look forward to an update of sorts every week, maybe 2 weeks, just depending on what's going on and honestly how much time we have, because we're going to do these somewhat regularly, but we hope to be extremely busy at the old Minno-ette this summer.
Absolutely. First, let's talk about some fishing reports.
Well, I think you're kind of bringing that because you have a fishing report. I know you'd like to talk about your fishing report. Hey, look, as a beaming dad, as a proud father who taught his children everything they know up to a point of fishing, you were out fishing the St. Louis River here recently, and you tied into a big sturgeon, a couple of them actually. But that first one, how big was that thing?
I'd have to say over 60 for sure, because I'm about 65 inches and it was as big as I was.
If you look at the pictures, and we do have a wall of fame at the Minno-ette, it's a screen, and you post your pictures to Facebook. You go up on the wall of fame, and you'll be able to see Emily Sturgeon on the wall of fame, and that thing's every bit of 60 inches, if not bigger. And it was an impressive fish. How long did it take you to land it?
Took me about 35 minutes to get it in. Thankfully, Colby was over my shoulder coaching me and helping me out. But yeah, it was a battle, absolutely. Watching
the video it made me smile ear to ear. One thing though, watching the video, I didn't realize that you children cursed as much as you did. we can talk about that later. Well, you're adults, so you can do whatever you want. But no, that was an impressive fish. That season is now closed.
As of April 14th, I believe.
But, people can still catch, crappie, sunnies, trout in certain areas, catfish, So there's still some fishing to be had before the Minnesota Fishing Opener coming up on Saturday the 15th.
Yeah, so opener begins May 15th, and we are having a bunch of events at our store. We are going to be having a fire sale, getting rid of a lot of inventory that we really just don't have room for anymore. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to be marked down, and people are going to be able to get some really good deals. And along with that, we will be having Tig's Smokin' Pig Barbecue food truck at our store. I am so looking forward to this.
We do sell Tig's sauce at the Minno-ette. Tig's, I think, we're their only retail location right now, unless something has changed. And thrilled. Brianna and I have had Tig's many times over the years. Troy and company, they're just really good people, but their product is unbelievable. We wouldn't have them there if it wasn't that good. It's as advertised, so if you get a chance to swing by, if nothing else, buy yourself a sandwich from Tig's.
Yeah, absolutely. We will also be having a bunch of giveaways on opening day. We will be giving away Minno-ette koozies and bottle openers from the Minnesota Lottery.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We just think it'd be really neat to give people a gift of something anyway when they come and buy their bait, tackle, everything else at the Minno-ette. We're trying to make the opener, it's kind of like our Super Bowl is what it is.
Absolutely.
And so we want to kick it off in the right way.
So the Minnesota Lottery is also doing a promotion at our store where if you buy a $5 game, you get a free ticket for a $1 game.
We have a lot of people that stop by and play the lottery. I don't know how they don't have the carpal tunnel from scratching away, but that's all right. We're happy they're here, and we're happy to hopefully put some money in their pockets. We'll try to do so during the opening.
I also wanted to discuss some new combination license regulations. Both spouses now need to be present when purchasing their licenses. nothing we can really do to change that. We're just kind of abiding the DNR's rules.
Yeah, when the state says do it, we do it. So please, when you're in there, don't yell at your friendly attendant. They're just doing what the state is telling them to do. It's their barbecue. We're only here to eat the ribs, as the old saying goes.
You may have noticed that the Minno-ette's been a little busier and noisier than usual, and that's because we have had bathroom construction going on for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, 2 weeks, every bit of that. We are bringing the bathroom to compliance. It was grandfathered in. What that means is it wasn't necessarily ADA compliant. And we had an issue with a gentleman about a month and a half ago that wanted to use our restroom and was not able to. And you and me and Brianna, we just felt awful about it. So we said, all right, we're going to make sure we bring it to compliance. And so that's what we're doing. And we're not looking for a pat on the back or anything like that. It's just simply the right thing to do. So we're going to do it. So we are doing it.
For sure. And then after the bathroom construction is finished, I believe we are getting our brand spanking new Minnow tanks in.
They are in storage. We just have to get them in the door, which I don't know how we're going to do so because they're bigger than a tank, but they're going to look awesome. They have windows on the front so the kids can press their little noses and smudge up the glass, and I can tell people go wash the glass from the kids' noses. But they look awesome. They're going to be great, and we're going to have the happiest, freshest bait in town.
That's right. I'm so excited for new Minnow tanks.
Yeah. And then we have a few other things on the horizon, pretty big things as well with the Minno-ette, and so I guess we would urge you to stay tuned to the Minno-ette podcast for coming details.
And that's going to wrap it up for our very first Minno-ette podcast. My name is Emily, along with my father, Jason.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time.
This has been episode 1 of the Minno-ette podcast. Thanks for listening.